Welcome everyone to our second Planet Coaster Memory Cinematic. Today with the wonderful Clean Canyon. And this project might be a little bit forgotten, but it is a very important step in all my projects that I did in Planet Coaster. And oh boy, I did so many different projects in this game. This is one of the unfortunately unfinished ones, but on the route to actually getting better in the game, getting better on YouTube, and with the community, this project actually fulfilled several milestones. And I think the first one being that I left my comfort zone of Planet Coaster and basically blaming everything else unrealistic to the fact that I just want to build, some fantasy stuff. This project was the first one that focused also on some very bare-bone backstage areas. So that was the first project that took the environment a bit into consideration, and we tried to at least build something, focusing a bit more on realism, even though it quickly turned over into something else because, I just got over myself. But it was a very modern-esque style of build, something that I haven't been done till this point. I focused a lot more on making coasters somewhat better, and I tried to bring in the community, because the community was something that were growing at that time, on my channel especially, and I really didn't include them previously for two reasons. One being simply there weren't enough people to create something, and second of all, I had no idea how. And so this project became the very first project in which I made a little community contest in which people could implement some of their buildings to win some prizes. I totally forgot which prizes, but yeah. As always, you can find the link to the series to the top right if you want to jump back into the memory area, or if you have no idea from the project because you're new to the channel, you can also check it out from back then. But again, it's unfortunately unfinished, never saw the day of light as a full-fledged park, but yeah, I tried my best to capture some of the essence of the build, some nice shots of some of the finished areas, but it's in particular stylish, it's in particular focused on very modern stuff, and also of the modern flat rides, and not really mixing many things in terms of different styles. I was just really going for that modern style, and as much as I had a very nice head start and a very, very, very good first month in this project, it really had the same pace when it came to, losing my interest, unfortunately. And reopening it, you can really feel that the first part of the park is really nicely done, but all the other areas I basically added later on were really not that great. But that's also partly the story of these games. You gotta have to have something that sparks your inspiration every now and then, to keep on rolling, to make it as good as it was at the beginning. I think this is also the hardest part. By the way, this, if I remember correctly, was made by Rudi, and brought into it one of the winners, and yeah, he brought that wonderful sign, this little shop in. This shop is made by me, and again, one of those elements where the first time I had some backstage. This was another implementation, this shop in the foreground from the community, and this coaster in the background was one of my experiments when it came to coaster building. And just in general, it was a very interesting project in which I could at least try a lot of different things, and I think I learned a lot more than with all the previous builds where I really focused on my stuff that I really was already able to do and where I was really feeling comfortable in. So on that note, I think this project was a lot better in terms of my development, in terms of improving, in terms of building, in terms of just trying different things. And this is the experimental coaster, which is a 3x synced coaster with a launch system, making them all connect in the middle and then going again from each other. The idea was kind of a magnetic little pendulum or pendle thingy that just kind of goes in and out all the time. As you can see, just going coaster in and having this hang time, and then just going in and out again to join and rejoin. And yeah, that was just kind of the idea. But as I said, I just kind of divided, or I just basically went away from the initial idea of this project quite quickly, and so this is also why I ended this project at some point, unfortunately, because I think it had a very promising start. But yeah, so 2021, looking back at this project, 2018 was the last time I opened it beforehand. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's little kind of look back at Clean Canyon one of the coolest projects when it came to the idea. Unfortunately, also one of those projects that lost me in the process too quickly, but it is definitely one of those things where I learned the most from, and a lot of things that you see nowadays in Planet Zoo builds actually had their foundation in here. The way of building with different materials, using concrete and these things a lot more than you actually think you would need them to make things look good, and also some techniques of making plazas look more realistic. So yeah, that was a really good area to try on, and you know, I really liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode as well, and we see each other tomorrow again with the next one. So stay safe, have a good time, and see you tomorrow.